Imagine unwrapping a fresh stick of bubble gum, the sweet smell hitting your nose before you even take a bite. You pop it into your mouth, start chewing, and soon enough you're blowing bubbles bigger than your fist. It feels so casual, so simple. But have you ever wondered how that little piece of gum actually comes to life? Behind the scenes, there's an entire world of machines, recipes, and human innovation that transforms raw ingredients into the colorful packs of gum we see at every checkout counter. The story of bubblegum is more than just sugar and fun. It's history, science, and a lot of clever engineering. Today we're taking you behind the doors of one of the largest bubblegum factories in the world to discover how millions of pieces are made every single day. What you'll learn might surprise you. Did you know that over 100 million pounds of bubblegum are chewed worldwide every year? If all of that gum were stretched into a single strand, it could wrap around the earth more than 3 times. That's how much people love this chewy treat, and it all starts with an idea that goes back thousands of years. Long before bright wrappers and vending machines, gum existed in a much more natural form. The ancient Maya and Aztec peoples used a resin from the sapodilla tree, also called chicle, as a natural chewing substance. It wasn't flavored or sweetened the way we know gum today, but it satisfied the same craving humans have always had for something to chew on. In fact, chewing plants and tree saps was a habit found in cultures all over the world, from spruce gum in North America to birch bark tar in Europe. Fast forward to the mid-1800s and gum began to take its modern shape. In the United States, an inventor named Thomas Adams experimented with importing chicle from Mexico and eventually developed the first commercial chewing gum in 1860. For the first time, gum could be mass-produced and sold to the public. The popularity skyrocketed, and in the 1920s the Fleer Chewing Gum Company introduced bubble gum, a new twist on the product that allowed people to blow large bubbles. That invention didn't just add fun, it changed the candy industry forever. From that moment, chewing gum became more than a breath freshener. It became entertainment. So how do factories today transform basic raw materials into the endless flavors and colors of bubble gum we see in stores? The process begins with the gum base, which is really the heart of chewing gum. This base can come from natural chicle or, more commonly today, synthetic rubbers designed to be safe for chewing. These polymers are what give gum its chewiness and its ability to stretch and trap air when you blow a bubble. Unlike food that breaks down in the stomach, gum base doesn't digest because our bodies can't process those elastic compounds. That's why when you swallow gum, it doesn't disappear like candy, it just passes through the digestive system unchanged. In the factory, huge bags of gum base are carefully measured and combined with sweeteners, glucose syrup, and softeners. These ingredients balance the chewy texture with sweetness and flexibility, ensuring the gum stays soft instead of becoming brittle. Workers and machines weigh each component according to strict recipes because even small variations can change how the gum feels and tastes. Once the ingredients are measured, they're poured into massive stainless steel cookers. These industrial mixers heat the gum base until it softens and melts, blending it smoothly with syrups and sugars. Imagine a giant pot of thick, sticky dough being stirred continuously for up to 2 hours. The heat makes the base pliable, while the constant motion ensures everything combines into a uniform mixture. Without this step, the gum would be lumpy and uneven, but with it, the foundation is set for the gum's iconic smooth texture. Now comes the moment that makes gum irresistible: flavoring. Whether you prefer the sharp bite of peppermint, the sweetness of strawberry, the tang of orange, or the classic taste of bubble gum itself, the flavors are added during this mixing stage. Factories often have secret formulas for their signature flavors, carefully guarded recipes that can involve dozens of ingredients blended in exact proportions. Along with flavors, vibrant colors are mixed into the dough, giving each batch its signature appearance. When you see a bright pink piece of bubble gum, you're looking at carefully controlled coloring designed to stay consistent from piece to piece, pack to pack, year after year. Once the gum dough is fully mixed, it's time to shape it. The warm, pliable dough is fed onto long conveyor belts, rolling out like a thick ribbon. Depending on the type of gum being made, this ribbon might be flattened into thin sheets, cut into sticks, or shaped into chunks for bubble gum balls. High-speed machines slice the gum into precise pieces, making sure every stick or cube is uniform. Watching these machines at work is mesmerizing. Hundreds of identical pieces fly by in perfect rhythm, the result of decades of engineering. To keep the gum from sticking to the equipment, a fine coating of powdered sugar or starch is often dusted onto the pieces as they move along the line. But gum fresh from the cutter is still warm and soft. It needs time to cool and set into its final chewy form. That's where cooling tunnels come in, long refrigerated chambers where conveyor belts carry the gum pieces slowly while cold air circulates around them. By the time they emerge, the gum has the firmness and spring we expect when we unwrap a stick. The final stage before packaging is coating, which applies especially to pellet or ball-shaped gums. These are placed into giant rotating drums where layers of sugar or glaze are added over hours, creating that shiny, crunchy shell you bite through before reaching the soft center. The glazing not only adds sweetness but also keeps the gum fresh and attractive. Finally, the finished gum is packaged. Machines wrap sticks in paper, seal pellets into blister packs, or box gum balls by the thousands. Packaging is designed not only for freshness but also for branding. The bright wrappers and logos that catch your eye in the store are as important as the product itself. After packaging, boxes of gum are shipped out to stores across the country and around the world, ready for millions of people to enjoy. But the story doesn't stop at the factory floor. Gum has become woven into pop culture, from baseball dugouts where players chew for focus, to classrooms where kids sneak gum under their desks, to movies where blowing the biggest bubble wins a laugh. Scientists have even studied gum's effects, finding that chewing can improve concentration, reduce stress, and help freshen breath. While gum doesn't provide nutrition, it offers a sensory experience that people clearly crave. That explains why gum remains a billion-dollar industry, with companies constantly developing new flavors, sugar-free options, and even functional gums infused with vitamins or caffeine. Think about the next time you unwrap a piece of gum. The journey it took is far more complex than it seems. From ancient tree resin to high-tech mixing machines, from sticky dough to perfectly wrapped packs, bubblegum is the result of history, science, and engineering coming together to create one simple pleasure. Millions of people around the world chew gum every single day, making it one of the most universal candies ever invented. Whether you're a kid blowing your first bubble or an adult grabbing a stick after coffee, have you ever popped a stick of chewing gum into your mouth and wondered how something so small can pack such a powerful punch of flavor? From the burst of mint that freshens your breath to the sweet rush of fruity varieties that take you back to childhood, gum is one of those everyday treats we rarely think about. But behind every piece is a fascinating story of science, engineering, and craftsmanship. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the world of chewing gum to reveal how it's made, how it's packaged, and even how companies are working to make it more eco-friendly for the future. So the next time you're chewing away during a road trip, at work, or in class, you'll know exactly what went into creating that tiny piece of happiness. The journey begins with dough preparation. Modern gum factories rely on massive mixers where base ingredients are blended into a smooth, elastic dough. This gum base is often a mix of natural and synthetic polymers that give gum its signature chewiness. Once the base is prepared, sweeteners, softeners, and flavorings are carefully added to create the texture and taste we all know so well. These machines aren't just giant blenders. They're precision instruments designed to ensure that every batch of gum comes out consistent. Imagine a giant taffy puller working tirelessly, stretching and folding the gum until it reaches the perfect texture. It's not just a science but an art. Once the dough is ready, it's transferred to molding machines. These heavy-duty machines roll and flatten the gum base before cutting it into small dough strips. If you've ever seen raw cookie dough being cut on an assembly line, it's a similar process, only much more controlled and exact. The gum strips can then be cut into different shapes depending on the type of product being made, whether that's a long stick of gum, small bite-sized pellets, or even fancy cubes. Watching the conveyor belt carry thousands of perfectly cut gum pieces down the line is mesmerizing, like watching a candy symphony in motion. At this point, some varieties of gum take an extra step to make them more appealing. Certain gums are placed in sugar coating or sugar kneading machines, which look like giant rotating dryers. These machines gently tumble the gum pieces while applying layer after layer of sugar and coloring. What starts as a dull, pale chunk of gum is slowly transformed into a shiny, colorful treat that practically begs to be unwrapped and chewed. Think about your favorite fruit-flavored gum. The glossy finish and vibrant colors don't happen by accident. It's the result of careful engineering and countless hours of perfecting the coating process. By now, you might be imagining the wide range of gum you've tried in your life. Classic mint sticks, fruity bursts, bubblegum that fills your mouth with sugary sweetness, or even those tiny pellet gums that come in jars. Every one of these has gone through a similar process, with slight variations to give them their unique character. If you're a gum lover, you've probably experimented with more than one type. Maybe you grew up blowing giant bubbles with pink bubblegum, then switched to sugar-free mint as an adult. Each one has a nostalgic memory tied to it. Once the gum has been shaped and coated, the next big step is packaging. Packaging might seem simple, but in reality, it's one of the most crucial stages of gum production. Each piece needs to be wrapped in a way that keeps it fresh, preserves its flavor, and makes it convenient for consumers to carry around. Some gums are individually wrapped in paper, folded neatly into small packets that slip easily into a pocket or purse. Others are packaged in larger plastic jars, perfect for sharing or keeping on your desk. No matter the format, the goal is the same: keep the gum safe, clean, and ready to enjoy. The packaging machines in these factories can wrap thousands of pieces per minute, ensuring that supply keeps up with the massive demand from supermarkets and convenience stores. Of course, once the gum is packaged, it's shipped off to stores around the world. Picture pallets stacked high with colorful gum packs, heading to distribution centers before making their way to your local grocery store or gas station. From there, it's only a matter of time before you or someone else picks up a pack, tears it open, and enjoys that first satisfying chew. But there's another side to gum that many people don't think about: its environmental impact. Gum is made with polymers that don't break down easily, meaning discarded gum can linger in the environment for years. Anyone who's ever stepped on a sticky wad of gum on a sidewalk knows just how persistent it can be. To address this, modern factories are taking steps to reduce gum's environmental footprint. Many are experimenting with eco-friendly production methods, advanced waste management systems, and even incorporating recycled materials into the process. Some companies are researching natural alternatives to synthetic polymers, aiming to create gum that not only tastes great but also breaks down more easily in nature. It's a reminder that even small things like chewing gum can have a big impact on the planet. What's amazing is how much thought and technology goes into something we often take for granted. The blending, mixing, molding, cutting, coating, wrapping, and shipping are all part of a streamlined process perfected over decades. And yet, chewing gum remains one of the most accessible and affordable treats on the market. Whether you're buying a pack of mint gum to freshen your breath before a big meeting or grabbing a jar of fruit-flavored gum to share with friends, you're enjoying the result of years of innovation and craftsmanship. The next time you chew gum, take a moment to appreciate the journey it took to get to you. Think about the massive machines kneading dough like bakers on an industrial scale, the colorful coatings that make each piece shine, and the care taken in packaging to ensure that freshness is sealed in. Gum may be small, but it carries with it a story of science, technology, and creativity. And as factories continue to improve their processes and adopt greener practices, the future of gum looks as bright as ever. So here's a question for you: how many different types of gum have you tried in your life? Have you stuck with one favorite, or do you like to explore new flavors and textures? Leave a comment and share your favorites. It's always fun to see just how diverse people's gum preferences can be. And if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes journey into gum production, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating looks into the foods and treats we enjoy every day. Because behind every bite, or in this case, every chew, there's a story worth telling.